I filmed the intro for this video, but it was kind of trash, so we're just gonna get right into the video. Alright, for my primer, I use my baby skin primer, and I mainly try to put it on my cheek area where I have a lot of pores, and then whatever I had left, I used it around my T-zone. And then for my foundation, I used the Maybelline Dream Satin Liquid Foundation in the shade Creamy Natural and my Real Techniques Beauty Blender. When I'm applying my foundation, I like to do section by section, and then whatever I have left on my beauty blender, I use it around my smile lines just because I crease really bad around there. For my concealer, I used my Revolution concealer in the shade C3, and then all I did was apply it under my eyes, on my chin, my cupid's bow, the bridge of my nose, and then just a little bit on my forehead. Alright, for my cream contour, I used this Wet n Wild stick that I've got a long time ago, but it's bomb, so I'm still using it. And then I just placed it where I would usually contour, and then around my lips, that way it can make my lips look a little bigger. And then I take my Mario Badescu spray and just a regular foundation brush to help blend it out better. To blend out my concealer, I used my beauty blender and then sprayed it again with the Mario Badescu spray just to help blend it out a little bit more because it did dry down just a little bit. So you guys are gonna see me singing a lot in this video, but that's because I had music playing in the background, so don't mind me. To set the concealer that I put down, I used my CoverGirl translucent powder and then my beauty blender to make sure I didn't have any creases going on, and just applied the powder where I applied any concealer. And I also set my whole face with that same exact setting powder just to make sure everything was locked in place. I grabbed a big fluffy brush just to brush off any powder that I had left on my face. And then to bronze my face, I used my BH Cosmetics bronzer in the shade Bronze Babe. And then just a small brush, just because this bronzer is a little too dark for me, so I used a small brush to make it look like if I was contouring. contour my nose, I used that same bronzer and then just a small angled brush. And then to add some color to my lids, I just used that same bronzer and the same brush I used for my cheeks on my eyelids. To actually bronze my face, I used my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and then just a bigger blending brush to help blend out the product a little bit better. And then I had to clean up under my bronzer and contour because it was looking a little bit too messy, so I used my same setting powder and then my beauty blender, and then just made a straight line from the top of my ear to the corner of my lip. And I also did the same thing around my nose just because I wanted it to be more defined, so I cleaned up around my nose with that same setting powder. For mascara, I used my L'Oreal Voluminous Carbon Black Mascara. And then I didn't want to do any false lashes just because I hate wearing lashes now, so all I did was mascara. For my blush, I used the Anastasia Blush Trio, and then I wiped off the bake before I added any blush or anything else. The colors that I used were Ginger and Miami, and then just mixed the two and then applied it to the apples of my cheeks. To set my brows, I used a clear mascara from Maybelline, and I love using clear mascara just because it makes my eyebrow hair stay in place way longer than anything else. To help make sure that my face wasn't looking powdery at all, I used my Mario Badescu spray once again and then my beauty blender to help melt everything into the skin. For highlighter, I used my Wet n Wild highlighter in the shade Precious Petals, and then I used my finger because I forgot my brush, but it worked out perfectly fine because I didn't want to look too highlighted. I just wanted just a simple natural glow. And then to highlight my inner corner, I just used a pencil brush and that same highlighter, and then I also applied it to my brow bone. And then for my lips, I just used Vaseline because it's bomb. And for my whole face to set it, I used a mixture of like 4 different setting sprays. And that's everything I used to achieve this simple, natural, glowy look.